Hello! Hi everybody, Noah Game here, and welcome to my YouTube channel and my live kitchen show. Yay! Ooh. What did we do last week? Last week we made pizza, and so today we are making a no-bake Kool-Aid Pie. I've been making these. I've been making these all week because, like, earlier this week, I had this like craving for like a simple no-bake pie, and so I found this recipe for a Kool-Aid one. Oh, excuse me. For a Kool-Aid one, and I decided to make it. And originally, I wanted to make a strawberry one. However, my local grocery store, didn't have strawberry Kool-Aid, so I made an orange one. And we ate it. It was wonderful. And now, today, we're gonna make a cherry one. We're gonna try cherry. So now this is super easy, super fast, super wonderful. Recipe and links are down in the description. As always, thank you, Allrecipes.com. Not sponsored, not affiliated, but maybe someday that'd be the dream. All right, so let's get everything up here. Oop. Which I'm going to apron. Oh, actually, then I can stick my mic on it. So it's the mic feels weird, like against my skin. That works. That works out. Okay, so we have our apron. Okay, so this is gonna be super simple. So we have our graham cracker crust. I opted to do these mini pie crusts just because I just think the minis are cute. And of course, we have our Kool-Aid. We have our sweetened condensed milk. And we have our thawed frozen whipped topping. And then we have a bowl. And we have things to stir with. Okay, so now I was doing a little bit of research and I was reading the comments on the recipe, and a couple people said that their pies turned out gritty. Now, I think one of the ways we can avoid that from happening is if we quote unquote bloom our Kool-Aid. And so what is that? That's going to involve just a very simple process. We're going to get about like a tablespoon of warm water. Let me actually grab a spoon. I actually used simmering water the first time I made this, but I kind of had the thought that you don't really need hot water. Like, it's not Jello. Like, if you were making like a Jello salad or like a Jello pie, you would need boiling water. So you need to bloom your Jello in boiling water. But I think just because it's Kool-Aid, it's gonna already it's gonna dissolve in the water easily because it's Kool-Aid. That's what it's made to do. Okay, so in here you can't see it, if you can, but there is about like a tablespoon or like a tablespoon and a half of water, like just a very small amount of warm water. And I just got that from the tap. No need to put it on the stove or anything. Actually, this is my first time doing it, because the very first time when I made it, I actually did boil the water, you know, because that's what I do to bloom my Jello. And for some reason I thought this was Jello, but it's not. It's cool. Okay, so now we put our Kool-Aid mix in there, and we just want to make sure we hydrate all of that Kool-Aid mix. Oh, that's such a potent smell. That's the concentrated smell. Okay, so now we got all of that mixed together, and there's gonna be no powder. So all of that powder is now hydrated, so that is bloom. So now there will be 0% chance that our pies will be gritty at all. 0% chance. Okay, so our next step is going to be mixing together our sweetened condensed milk. Let's open this up here. Actually, do I want... Let's not do it. Because maybe we'll use it later. So here's our bowl. Here is our sweetened condensed milk. Okay, cool. So now we're just going to give that stir, and make sure that's all mixed together. Scrape on our sides. There, and that's all wonderfully mixed together. Look at that. Look how red that is. Look how red. Okay, next. Our next step is we are going to fold in our whipped topping. The very first time I made this, earlier this week when I was making the orange ones, I forgot to thaw the whipped topping. I just went to the store right away and bought the ingredients and made the pie right away. So mine was a little chunky, but we just called it marbles instead. So we want to get this homogenized, but we want to try to keep some of the aerated bubbles, and so that's what we're trying to fold it in. And if you're not experienced with folding in with the ingredients, the general rule is you want to go around the sides and then go into the bottom and bring it up and flip it over. And I'm just trying to make sure to get all of that cherry mixed condensed milk that's sticking to the bottom with my spatula here. Now personally, I kind of like the I don't know if you can see it, but it's not like completely homogenized. It does have a little bit of marbling to it. I personally like the aesthetics of that, so it's up to you on how well you want to get it mixed. I know that Jeff said he prefers it a little bit more well mixed together. I don't know if I care. Well, maybe we'll get it. Actually, we got it pretty well mixed. Okay. Spoon. Okay, so now that we have our pie filling mix together, oh, I have that's red everywhere. Why did I get red Kool-Aid everywhere? Oh no. Do I have it on close? Okay. So now that we have our pie filling done, we just need to fill our pie crust. Let's put this aside for a moment and grab our pie crust. Okay, so one of my annoyances with this specific thing of crusts is it talk about on the packages how you can like store them with this plastic lid by like inverting it onto the crust. However, it only comes with 2 lids, but there's 6 crusts. So you're missing 4 of the lids. We'll deal with that a little later. So I went and bought a dozen of these pre-made mini pie crust things. So now what I am going to do is I am just going to take like a spoon full of the filling. Oh, let's actually, which one can you see? And we're going to push it into the crust. And then after I get them all filled, I will take the back of the spoon and we will flatten out the pie. So it's flat. But right now I just want to get all of the filling out of the bowl here and into the pie crust. To make sure that they're even, because the first time I did this, I filled up the first half dozen pie crusts way too much. Well, not way too much, but I kind of filled them so they would heap a little bit, and then I ran out of filling, and my last half dozen little pies had like no filling in them. And so they looked kind of empty and sad. Let's see, who needs a little bit more filling? Okay, looking good, looking good. Okay, so now, like I said, we're gonna take our pie. I'm just gonna take the back of the spoon, and I'm just going to level off the pie and push it to the edge, and just kind of make it And then we have our little mini cherry Kool-Aid pie. Do that for the rest of them. Actually, if I was a better, more aesthetic baker, I think actually you could pipe them into the pie crust, and that would be actually really pretty, because then you would have like that textured piping look if you use like a piping tip. However, I'm not very good at this when it comes to like aesthetics, when it comes to baking and cooking. I guess I care more about like the flavors, and then I care more about like the process than necessarily the aesthetics. However, I think that might be one of my downfalls on being a visual platform, is that the aesthetics are very much highly valued and praised, especially when it comes to online content. Because, you know, I'm not like giving this to you and being like, here, you know, eat this. You know, I'm just saying, here, look at this. And so, you know, I probably should consider putting a little bit more effort into aesthetics sometimes, but most of the time I'm just like, I'm casual. There we go! So there's our cherry pies. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put them on a plate and let them set in the fridge for a minimum of 4 hours, ideally overnight. Let's like grab a plate here. And I do have one that we made yesterday, and so this one has been setting overnight in the fridge, so we can just pop it out. Look at that, and let's give you guys a cross section. There we go. Look at that. Let's give it a try. Well, that's really good. I mean, you guys have had cherry Kool-Aid before, and so I mean it got that, it's a little bit artificially cherry taste, but it's not too bad. That might be me personally. I don't mind the artificial cherry taste, but it's creamy. Because if you're looking for like a tart cherry, like this isn't it. It's a sweet cherry. And it is very light. Maybe I wish it was a little bit lighter. I think that sweetened condensed milk makes it a little heavier than what I would want it to be personally. But it's not quite as dense as like a cheesecake, because there's not that like dense cream cheese, which actually, ooh, that'd be interesting to me. But I'm not a big fan of like cream cheese or cheesecakes, and so this is more to something I would like the texture of. The texture's a bit lighter and fluffier, but it's really good, and it was very, very simple to make. But you guys, my name's Noah Game. Thanks for watching. This has been Kool-Aid Pies. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.